up, guys? Today's video, I'm going to be just kind of doing some experimenting, I guess. I'm just looking on the ground over here. I have two of these big, large fans. They're single fans, obviously, and it has a large fan shroud. So I picked these up, and I want to see if they fit the Dakota application nicely. As you guys know, I have just like a generic, like, I think it's like a 14-inch or 16-inch fan. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, it doesn't have a shroud or nothing like that. It just goes to the, on the actual rad itself. So I'm gonna pop the hood and see whether that fits. Also, I am going to be, like I mentioned, getting the exhaust done soon. So we're gonna be getting that done hopefully Saturday. I didn't get a chance to do it this week on Wednesday, but a lot of stuff is still going on. So let me pop the hood and take some measurements. Let's see if we can come up with something a little bit better than before. And also, just on that note, I do want to say that the fan is cooling the truck perfectly. It's been like well over 100 degrees. We kind of have a heat wave right now, and it's stayed cool the entire time. So it hasn't been overheating. I think I showed you guys in the last driving around video that the temperature was, staying low, and it's like crazy hot out. So we're good that way, but I just I got access to these fans, and I want to see if they fit. So let's go ahead and pop that hood, and we'll see if they fit. Here is the Dakota, and just so you guys know, I've just been driving the S2000 lately, daily, because this thing doesn't have AC, and I'm not trying to be a baby. It just is extremely hot out right now. Other thing too is I still got to get the exhaust done, so it's kind of a little bit loud inside the truck. And I know some of you guys were asking about, the key and me opening everything and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get the key fobs hopefully programmed soon, but the problem is I can't program them myself with any of the tools I have. You need like an actual Dodge scanning tool to program them, as far as I know, at least on the 99 model year. So this is what I was talking about. So I have this fan here. What I want to do is I want to take a measurement from here, from the actual core to there, and see if one of those might be a good fit. And also I'll measure the depth, or the height. So I'm gonna measure that right now. Let's see what she looks like. Okay, this might help for your measurements as well. So between the two, 22 inches. So the core is 22 inches, and height, we're about 23, just a little over 23 and a quarter. So it's almost a perfect square. It's just a little bit taller. So let's go over and see what we got for those fans. So we've got 24 and a half. And height, it is about 19 and a half. But I also have one more. Let's see what size the other one is, because it's slightly different. 24 and 3/4. And 19 and a half. It's almost the same, but it's almost like if you stood it up, it would be perfect. So I wonder if that is an option for us, is to stand one of these up. I don't think it's going to matter as far as the fan goes, just whether we'd want to do it that way. Let me take a look. Okay, so I just messed with it for a couple minutes here, but it doesn't fit this way like traditionally. I think it's upside down because that should go near the top, but doesn't fit there because it's just a little bit too wide. I mean, you could probably hack out this blank portion here if you wanted to make it fit, which I guess is an option, or you could actually stand it up. But part of the problem is if I sit this here just a second, it will fit, but it is going to be seriously close to the snout on the water pump where the original fan would go. So I don't know if I'm going to use these. Like I said, it's just something that I kind of came across. I was just going to see if it would fit, if it would kind of clean things up, but I think I might just stick with my trusty little fan. I kind of like the fact that there's just more room in here in case you need to get your hands in there. It's kind of nice to not have to take more stuff out. So this really does a good job and cleans things up, but I just thought this one looked a little bit more legit, but I guess we'll stick with that for now. All right, so some other items, you guys. We are getting very close to hitting our 50,000K mark, or 50,000 subscriber mark for YouTube, and I promise you guys that once that happens, we will get this thing turned up a notch. So I haven't told you what I'm gonna do, but maybe I will tease some pieces. I will tell you, I guess, that we're gonna need a gauge pod up here. So we're gonna need to be looking at this thing a little more closely for sure. Right now, you know, there's not really much done to it, just simple bolt-ons, but that's all gonna change here shortly. So there's that. Some other housekeeping stuff. I know a lot of guys are asking about the Ram. What's going on with the Ram? Are we doing anything Ram content, all that stuff? I am going to do that for you guys. I've always promised that, but just right now, the way things are going, it's just, I've just wanted to get the Dakota settled, at least to some sort of state or level, so that at least it's, you know, good, runs good, you know, looks decent, rides good, you know, the actual suspension of it rides good, which I still, like, if you guys watched the last video, I still have to do some stuff to that to get it to ride better, because it's just clanking around in the back shocks are bottoming out, the axle is bottoming on the frame, it's kind of a mess on the ride. So I need to fix that. I need to fix the exhaust, get it coming out the back so that I'm not inhaling gas fumes, because they're coming up right through the bed right now, and with having no AC, it's just all the fumes are just coming right into the cab. So yeah, I definitely want to take care of that. But as far as things that are coming for this, let me know if there's anything in particular cosmetic wise that you guys think I haven't done yet that you would like to see, and I can try to get it done. One thing that I'm kind of known for at this point, I guess, is lighting mods. So do you guys want to see me change this out? I don't know. Tell me how many 3rd gen guys are on the channel, and I can try to do something about it. So I know this just has these lame bulbs in here, so I could probably try to do something with these for you guys. If you guys want to see some 3rd gen lighting, yeah, I think we need to attend to this, and I can switch some of the stuff out to LED. So let me know in the comments below. You guys want to see more of that stuff? Yeah, this truck right now, with just having so many vehicles, and I'll be completely honest with you guys, I don't have a ton of income right now. I don't have this one on the road, so that's why you don't really see me driving around, cruising around. The other thing too is, you know, just with everything going on, like I said, I don't want to pay all the registration and stuff to have that many vehicles on the road, and I'm trying to keep the mileage down on this one. You got to remember, when we drove it all the way back from Toronto, we did, you know, clock up a couple thousand miles on it. So you know, not that I'm trying to, you know, preserve it for whatever, but I just don't want to be racking up the miles aimlessly and having a bunch of vehicles all registered on the road. Tomorrow is supposed to be the track day. I hinted before that I wasn't sure if I was going to go. It's supposed to be well over 100 degrees. I think out there it's kind of in the desert. I think it's supposed to be like 110 out there at the desert. So I've made the decision, I'm not going to take the S2000 to the road course. I know it's fun. We have everything here. We have all the supplies, but I just don't want to hurt the S2000 right now, given that the Dakota is kind of in a mediocre state where I can't necessarily rely on it 100% as my daily driver. I've now told you guys this thing is not on the road. This definitely could not be a daily driver. It's not something I want to be parking and shopping, you know, lots and stuff like that. Yeah, that's not really practical as a daily. And right now the S2000 has air conditioning. I can park in places and do all that stuff, and I just don't want to hurt the engine on the S2000. I think if we're going to continue to be beating on the S2000, that we're going to have to freshen up that motor to make sure that it doesn't do anything as far as breakdown. But it's not that there's anything wrong with the S2000, but if we're going to be putting it through that kind of torture, I mean, it's a Honda. Somebody else said in the comments below, I agree. I just, I think I would feel more comfortable freshening up the entire engine so that we can, you know, beat on it and do what we want to do with it, rather than just not know what we have in there and, you know, all that stuff, and know, you know, what condition everything's in, and then go and put it through a torture test. And then I'm stuck with just having the Dakota as a daily. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I like to always think 1 step or 2 steps ahead. And honestly, guys, I think that's the best decision for right now, since the S2000 is kind of the dedicated daily. What I am going to do is, you guys saw me fixing up the interior on the S2000. I am going to take a stab at maybe selling the S2000, and I have some reasons for it. So like I said, there's nothing wrong with the S2000. I just have to put the interior back in and freshen it up, since I showed you guys the interior is kind of in a rough state. So I've got a couple pieces that are missing. I'm getting all the new carpet in there, so I'll have, you know, fresh carpet and stuff like that. So if you know anybody that wants the S2000, I'm also trying to line up some good seats that aren't all ripped and stuff like that. So the interior will all be sorted out. You guys see the outside of it. We've pretty much gone through the entire car. If you guys know somebody that's interested in S2000, let me know, get a hold of me somehow, some way. DM me, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you guys want. But I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to clean up the house a little bit. That's not going anywhere. This is not going anywhere. Dakota's not going anywhere, but I have some ideas in mind. If you guys have seen some of my other videos, I've talked about what's going on with the economy, and I don't want to switch directions on this video on the economy, but I want to sit there and see if I can cash out of some of the stuff we don't need right now. You know, not to be cheap or frugal or anything like that, but I want to see if I can kind of get our finances up and in order and try to get something a little bit cooler, a project that maybe you guys are into, maybe something domestic, and use that as our track vehicle. I think it would be cool if we got into maybe a C6 Z06 or, you know, some sort of salvage title Corvette, or, you know, something else. The other thing I'm trying to think about is I've toyed with the idea of the 5th gen Ram, but we might get into a Silverado or another truck, something that I'm not going to go crazy with. I'm not going to try to turn it into a fast vehicle. It's something where I just want to try to, you know, clean it up, make it cool looking and all that stuff. So lots of ideas out there, but I'm thinking the S2000 right now is kind of either we sink in 3-4 grand into freshening up the motor on the S2000, or since it works good, there's no issues with it, we cash out of it and see what else we can fill that slot with. So just kind of some ideas running through my head. Let me know what you guys want to see down below. I think that's about it, you guys. So Jason's truck is coming here soon. I think it might be coming here this weekend. So we're going to have the second Dodge Dakota RT on the channel doing his full build. He's got a Dodge Dakota RT 5.9. We're putting heads on it and a cam. What else? Intake manifold. I think he's going with the Hughes air gap. And we're going to get his truck all sorted out. So we're going to have a second Dakota build if you guys don't know already. And I'll start teasing you guys on what's going to happen with this thing. So I have a few things. I have a new heater hose. Not that this is that exciting, but if you guys want to see some maintenance videos on the Viper, let me know. I've got to change out all of, you know, the small like heater hoses. I'm changing those all out on the Viper. So I've got all silicone ones. I don't have them in front of me, but I'm going to change all the cooling lines. I've already got silicone upper and lower rad hoses, but I also have to do the heater hoses and just get rid of all the 20-year-old hoses so that this thing is just going to be, you know, bulletproof. So that's the plan, you guys. If you guys are stopping in for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell so you're notified of all the latest videos, and hit that thumbs up for me before you guys take off. Also, consider hitting that join button, you guys. It does help support the channel, and your support is greatly appreciated. And everybody that's a member right now, thanks for your support. See you on the next video.